So today we're gonna be playing Stellar Blade pretty much all day, as long as I can, until I probably get hungry and decide to eat some lunch. But I want to start off with reacting to just one video. I saw this video posted yesterday, and of course it's about Stellar Blade. So what to like? Why not? Let's watch a Stellar Blade video since we're in the mood for Stellar Blade. I've been very into this game for the last few days since it's first came out on for PC. I've been loving it, and I think it's really cool. It's to see it have such success right now with the PC port, like breaking records and shit. And so that's what this video caught my eye. Stellar Blade PC hits 1 million sales in 3 days, breaks Sony port records, and blows past expectations. So I'm curious to see what news is covered about that. This video is made by Vera Dark, so let's just listen to this shit, and then we're gonna start playing some Stellar Blade right once we finish this. So let's go.
Stellar Blade really is a good game. It's got fantastic combat. The characters are really cool. The environment is really nice. The soundtrack is phenomenal. Overall, it is a very good experience that does deserve a hell of a lot of praise, and I'm glad that it is getting it. And we're finding out that on PC, it's already hit 1 million sales 19 times faster than on PS5.
That's crazy. So yeah, the game, like everyone, like the main focus is about how hot the girl is, and the outfits are like very sexualized and exposing, and it's like gooner bait this and blah blah blah, and it's for like all these jerk offs and shit. And you know, you say what you want and like meme on it, but the combat is fucking fantastic. Like I love the combat. It reminds me of like a mixture of like Devil May Cry combat and like a little bit of like a Souls like. Um, and then of course, yeah, it's the cherry on top. You play as this hot fucking android protagonist, which is cool. The music's phenomenal. That's a whole nother thing. Like that, I think people, I mean, are sleeping on that. The music is fucking insanely good, and it just makes the gameplay that much more better for me when I feel even more immersed, because the music is in sync with what you're doing or the environment you're in. Or you fight a boss fight, then you got boss fight music, and the music's just fucking fire, and you just get the goosebumps and you're just more locked in. It's just like, it's phenomenal. So far, the story's been pretty all right for me. Nothing too crazy. I mean, I'm only like 9 to 10 hours into the game, so I don't know if I've like really hit the crazy stuff in the story yet. But I think the story is pretty interesting so far. But yeah, combat and music is phenomenal, and I think the sales like prove that. Like people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's only selling a lot because there's a bunch of jerk offs." It's like, no, I think the game is just really good. Now obviously, yeah, people are gonna mod it and get like the most, you know, crazy, use the craziest mods and whatnot, but it's just a fucking good game. And I want, like I'm saying right now, like it's, the action is good, the boss fights are good, the music is good. If you like action combat games, this is it. This is definitely one of them. I didn't like, and just watching the trailers before the game ever came out, I thought it looked good. um I didn't think it was gonna be this good though. It is really badass game.
I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I understand that companies often space out releases. They will launch it on a console and then launch it on PC a year or 2 years later, but it just goes to show that exclusivity is a stupid idea, because initially they could have made way more in sales. They could have gotten other purchases, and they're lucky that people are showing up to support their product now that it's on PC. I know a big portion of
Right.
that are modders, but still, exclusivity is not necessarily good for business, and this could have been in their launch sales a year ago, though it's still doing phenomenally. So Stellar Blade has proven that time means nothing to a good game, with the recent PC launch of the post-apocalyptic sexy slasher hitting 1 million sales in just 3 days. To put that into perspective, when Stellar Blade was released on PlayStation 5 in April 2024, it took almost 2 months to hit the same milestone.
I think it's crazy. Just another thing. I remember when the game first came out on PlayStation, and the only thing you would hear about are like these fat, ugly girls who are like in the scale of a 1 of 10, they're like a 2 at the most, talking about how this girl here is unrealistic. Girls don't really look like that. And it's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, what type of bullshit is that? Like, they literally used a real girl, a real Korean model for this character. And I think it's just ridiculous that the look of the character was the main focus. And, like, the problem for some people. Like, oh, that's just... You can't have a hot girl, blah, blah, blah. Girls don't really look like that. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, have you ever even been to a fucking gym? There's hot girls everywhere. Like, shut the fuck up. And, like, obviously the game is not it's not centered about that, dude. The game has, like, actual good story and lore and fucking amazing combat. So, I just can't believe that that's what the world's turned into right now. Some of these retard woke people fucking who are normally fat ugly fucks complaining about a protagonist in a sci-fi fucking fantasy. You know, it's crazy, bro. It's fucking nuts.
They have confirmed at this point in time that the game has sold over 3 million copies in total, which is really good for a brand new franchise. This is
I'm
a
happy
brand new
for
set
them.
of characters, brand new story. They didn't even market this game for years and years.
I like this
leading up to release.
franchise.
It's not like it had a 7-year development time or anything like that. So these are really solid numbers, and we are talking about sales here. I know that we often hear about like Assassin's Creed Shadows and Star Wars Outlaws and even Doom hitting 3 or 4 or 5 million players engaged, but we're talking about just straight up sales here, which is really good. It says it helps that the game is being bolstered by hundreds of lewd mods, which form the backbone of the community in the PC market. I've talked about this a couple of times in the way that the Access Media has framed the success of Stellar Blade on PC, and sure, there is a group of people who are modding the game. There are a lot of mods for this title so far, and I do think that downloading these mods are really cool, but I think that it is just a very good game that a lot of people simply wanted to support. There are a lot of people, I'm sure, who are not downloading mods, and this game isn't successful on PC just because of that. It says in a post on the South Korean site RuliWeb, it was revealed that Stellar Blade has secured 1 million PC sales in just 3 days, decimating the 58 or so days it took the game to hit 1 million sales on the PS5. That brings the total sales for Stellar Blade up to a substantial 3 million units. And honestly, I think that it deserves it. Last year, it was not my game of the year, because Black Myth Wukong took that title, but Black Myth Wukong, in my opinion, was just on another level. It was such a phenomenal game, and of course, Stellar Blade on PC will not be my game of the year this year either, because Expedition 33 is such a phenomenal experience, but it has been in my top 3 for 2024. I don't think it will be in for my 2025 just because it is a re-release, but I really enjoy this experience, and I highly recommend people check it out and give it a go. It says, though, the upgraded version of Stellar Blade has been turning heads and has become the #1 PlayStation and PC game to ever be released, pulling in a whopping peak player count of 200,000 users on Steam. So it is breaking tons of records for Sony. It is, of course, breaking records internally versus the PlayStation 5 launch.
Breaking
and
necks,
you
too.
love to see a fucking performance this stellar. stellar. It says the game has effortlessly topped the charts on PC, destroying every other PlayStation port that has been introduced to PC over the last few years, even against behemoths like The Last of Us, God of War, and Horizon
Fuck The
Zero
Last of
Dawn.
Us.
I thought that The Last of Us 1, of course, was a very good game, and I don't necessarily hate the new God of War games. They're just not as good as the previous ones. And when it comes to Horizon Zero Dawn, I think that it is also a good game, but Stellar Blade's just better. It says last month, Shift Up quietly revealed a sequel for Stellar Blade, which has been on the cards since a few weeks after the game launched in 2024. It's not all known what the sequel will entail, but we can hope for the best, and I personally am very excited for a sequel. I will be playing it. I've been replaying the game on stream with
Oh
mod.
yeah, I hope there's like a trilogy at least. I mean, of course, I'm only like 9 to 10 hours into the game right now. And I've been loving it, obviously, because the combat story and the music is just fucking S tier. And the graphics look nice and stuff. Animations look awesome. Like animation for the combat, it just feels fucking good. And it feels good to like pop off on these hard enemies and like beat the bosses too. It has a pretty good challenge for just like right now the hardest difficulty is normal mode. I don't know if there's like a hard mode that gets unlocked afterwards once you beat the PC. I mean your first playthrough or whatever. But like the game is just amazing. I'm only 9 hours into it and I'm already like crossing my fingers like fuck yeah, happy about the success it's having right now because that's like guaranteed at least a sequel. And it just only makes sense. Like I think it's going to probably get a trilogy. You like who knows, right? But that's the thing about like it breaking records and shit. That's just makes me happy because I like action combat games like this. It's just something about it. I like it that it's sci-fi too. I feel like it's been a while since I've enjoyed something that's good in the sci-fi genre. Like the last time I went balls deep into sci-fi was like Halo 3. And then you got like single player game wise like the Mass Effect series. Like Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 was amazing, right? And then what else? I mean, maybe Dead Space is a good one. And that's all I could think of off the bat, like for sci-fi stuff. I mean, and there's Star Wars games, but Disney's been fucking that up. So I'm happy to, Stellar Blade. I mean, it's pretty much sci-fi. I'm pretty sure, right? And I'm happy that it's a good game. I love sci-fi stuff. I love it a lot.
It's because
Oh yeah, I don't know if Cyberpunk would you consider that sci-fi. I mean, they do. I mean, so
I am just such a big fan of them, and of course supporting creators. I even had a mod made for the community. We often joke about
uh hey, that's a good one. Hey, they even got her feet showing.
you know inspecting assets in the game and checking the ladder safety. So I actually had a little construction girl mod made for the channel. I'll link it
No
below
way.
in case you want to go and download it and support Lemmy21 for making this for the community. But I am a big fan of supporting modders and creators, and that's why I
That's
personally
a good
repurchased it
one.
on PC and also commissioned a mod like this. But people are, of course, talking about the success that Stellar Blade has seen, and so many people are praising it, which I just want to say is so funny to see, because yes, this game, of course, deserves all the attention, but the Access media has been melting down over this game doing so well. They've tried to say only horny weebs are the reason why it's doing so
Right.
good, and degenerate modders are the only reason it's done so good. It's just done good because it's a good fucking game, and don't let the Access media tell you otherwise. PC gamers showing up as always. It took PS5 3 months to achieve what PC did in 3 days. You're welcome.
I mean, I bet you like a fuckload of these dudes who are playing, who bought this game, probably have like a wife and kids. You know, they're just trying to like try to call it like it's just these jerk offs, these loser jerk offs. It's like, no, you got people like, even this girl, right? She loves the game. You got girls buying the game, loving the game. You know.
Sony ponies. Oh, you mean sold, as in real money, right? Not sold as in Shadow sold 3 million copies, not really. Oh, Hot Girl equals sales. And yes, I do think that sex.
Gay, black, samurai, and non-binary equals not sell. Wait, what? Well, yeah, of course. Like, what? Dude, like, what? Like, people want to see badass characters, right? Like, when I'm gonna go see Superman, like, I want him to look as close as he can to the comics, right? When I see a fucking girl, like, you people go to the movies, you want, for the most part, most of the characters to look good, and no one has a problem with it. Like, no one wants to play. Let's say if you changed Eve and Stella Blade to look like a fucking Concord character, like, no one's gonna like that. That's just not the vibe. Like, people like to play as characters that look cool, look good. As simple as that. Look at Marvel Rivals, right? I mean, every character design is flawless. Like, we just like good character design. Think of Dante. Like, I'm a guy. I'm not gay, but I think Dante looks cool. And yeah, it's part of it's because like he's a cool, muscular, Giga Chad, handsome type of dude who's badass. Um, Likes to make silly jokes, and he beats the fuck out of demons. And like, a lot of girls like Dante. They think he's hot. They have a crush on him, and he's a fucking cartoon character, right? And but all of a sudden, when we have a female, hot female android character, like, oh no, it's a bunch of jerk offs. Oh, people only buying it because it's a hot girl. It's like, no, the game is good. Like, Dante, the Devil May Cry is good because it's a badass action combat game. It's fucking, the combat feels good. Stellar Blade, it's a badass action combat game. The combat feels good. Both of them have good looking protagonists from each sex. What else? Another good game. What's that one fucking game? Bayonetta. Of course, yeah, Bayonetta's hot, but that game also has good action combat. Like, it has really good combat. Everyone knows it. Ninja Gaiden, Ryu Hayabusa. Fucking girls think he's hot. I know it for a fact. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, why would you not want to play a Ninja Gaiden game as this badass Giga Chad ninja dude with fucking huge muscles? And that's like one of the best action combat games ever. I mean, holy fuck. And the list goes on. Like, no one's trying to play a fucking action combat game as this fucking soy boy, low testosterone, bitch made fucking character with man tits or anything like that. Like, what's that new sci-fi game that Naughty Dog is making that has that ugly ass bald girl in it? Like, who the fuck asked for that? Like you could have made the character a fucking cool character. Missed opportunity. You choose to fucking pick some real life actress. But no offense, she looks fucking mid as fuck, and it's just like, no one wants to play as that, as some a girl with a buzz cut where their hairline is starting at the top of her fucking head. Okay, no. We want to play these badass, good looking characters. Ugh. that happen to be in games with good ass mechanics, good ass story, and good ass music. It's that fucking simple. Um, Shadow, I never played this game, but I saw Asmongold played it. Like, he played it, so we didn't have to play it, right? And I mean, the game sucks dick. And they have weird scenes where you're making like Yasuke or whatever the fuck, like have a like they and like forced us, like they like want to add some LGBTQ shit into it. Like, you think anyone's acting gay back in feudal Japan? Like, no, no one's acting gay in feudal Japan. If you get caught doing that, you probably get fucking like killed for doing that back in those times. And like, it's just weird. It's just like, it's like that new Dragon Age game where they add like the pronouns and shit. Like, that's done. That's so fucking unnecessary. You're adding pronouns to like a medieval fantasy. Like, you're adding these weird, like, it doesn't fit. It's not meant to be there, you know? You know what fits? A hot android girl who was created to fucking kill the Natibas that are invading Earth. And she does insanely badass combat moves that are satisfying and look good and make you feel like a total badass, regardless of it being a female android, right? Think of Dragon Ball Z. Everyone loves Android 18. Yeah, she's hot. She's this hot blonde android that Krillin bags. But she's badass. She beat the fuck out of Vegeta. That also adds on to it. That's why, like, it's just like the extra spice to it. Like, holy shit. Look at Catwoman, right, from Batman. Is that what's her name? Catwoman, whatever the fuck. She's hot. No one's complaining about her being hot. Badass character in the DC Batman series. No one wants a fucking Batman to be romancing some fucking fat girl in fucking leather. It's that simple. Anyone who says more than that is just retarded and have mental issues, and they're probably ugly themselves and just jealous, and they don't do anything. They probably could take care of themselves, but they don't do anything to better themselves, and they get mad and about to the degree where they're complaining about a fucking fictional sci-fi character that's an android being hot without even knowing that the game's fucking cinema. I mean, I've been listening to the OST lately when I go to the gym or when I'm driving to work in my car. Like, the music is fucking great. I love it.
Appeal is a big reason why this game was so easily marketable and why it did turn so many heads. Sexy sells, and I don't think that that is a negative thing, but the game has a lot going for it. Also, I do think that the recent collaborations are pretty fucking cool as well.
Well, it helps that it's a game that was being pushed on PlayStation, right? Like, you're gonna see it whether it was an ugly girl or a hot girl. Like, people are gonna know about it. You know, it's a game that's being exclusively sold on the PS5, which, let's be honest, everyone knows what a PS5 is. Everyone who's owns it or just even owns an Xbox is going to see the game trailers for stuff that come out for a PS5. But yeah, it helps. Yeah, oh yeah, the girl has half of her ass hanging out. Yeah, of course that helps draw more attention and maybe add controversy. Um, but a good game's a good game. You saw it when I saw the game trailer for Stellar Blade. All I remember was the combat looking badass. Like, yeah, you saw the girl in her tight suit outfit, but the combat looked badass. They literally showed gameplay in the trailer, and that's what I remember was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a good game. That combat looks really good.
Wow. looking at this epic W, let's effing go. Oh wow, so the game sold another million copies for the PS5 since the last announcement. That's good for the studio. Hopefully Stellar Blade 2 is coming in 2027. In their quiet announcement, they said that the goal was by the end of 2026. I personally think it will be pushed off until like the first half of 2027. Either way though, they have confirmed it. They are making it, and I and a lot of other people are clearly super fucking excited.
Thank
Sony
God.
and Shift Up right now, and they're sniffing the cash. I don't think that one game's success will change Sony.
Look at that fucking profile picture, bro.
Stance on these types of games, and we also know that one behemoth failure, Concord, didn't shift their mentality on live service. But if we keep supporting games like this, it becomes harder and harder for these companies to ignore their success, and eventually they're going to have to start listening to us again, or they're not going to make any money. So I am really happy to see this game find so much success. It is a really good experience, and I'm glad that a lot of people are supporting it. So of course I will be keeping my eye on this over the next couple of weeks. The Steam numbers are super solid right now, and hearing that it has already hit 1 million sales 19 times faster than on the PlayStation 5 is really good, not only for Shift Up, who is making a lot of money off of this, and that means that we could get a lot of like Stellar Blade spin-offs and then the sequel. Maybe they could even make it a trilogy.
Maybe a DLC.
And it's not only good for Sony because they're making money, but it proves that gamers want this type of content. But it's really good for us to be proven right, that sexy does sell, that it's not a bad thing. We can, of course, give the Access Media the middle finger because they said, oh my gosh, only gooners are buying this game. And clearly it's more than just gooners who are supporting this title. But it's also just good to see a really fantastic...
Yeah, 1 million, 3 million gooners.
Fantastic title thrive. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.
Okay.
This
Yeah, those are big numbers. Those are big success, and now I just confirm that they are working on Stellar Blade 2. So I'm actually super happy about that because I didn't know that that was confirmed. But